Alright, it's been a little while, and somewhere along the way we got just enough Sam juice to learn more about our mother's history, probably.
Ryder, one of your father's memories is available.
Let's see it.
This memory is of a family gathering on Earth.
Finally, the Ryder clan in one room. It feels like it's been years since we were together.
Or more.
Well, I'll take whatever I can get. I've missed you too.
How are you feeling, Mom?
No, we're not doing that. There's only one rule for this visit. No talking about me. I'm fine. And when I'm not, the pills help. Deal?
Okay.
Good. Let's talk about something else. Alec? Really?
Well, you're both looking taller.
Yeah, Dad, that does tend to happen.
Right, I know. So, I heard the Alliance has a new Mako in the works.
Yeah, word is they can airdrop this one from a ship.
I know. They're saying we might get one on our next expedition.
You still poking around the Attican Traverse?
It's amazing. We think we might have found a Prothean site. No artifacts yet, but we're still digging.
I remember the day they found the first ruins on Mars. Changed my life. We knew for sure that aliens were real. We just had to go find them.
Yes, every day I wake up, I'm looking at a Mass Effect relay, and I keep thinking, what's on the other side?
Don't lose that. The minute you stop wondering what's beyond the mountain, you die a little
No
inside.
chance of that. It's in our blood. You infected us.
What was it like, Dad? When you went through that first relay?
Don't believe the stories. The Charon relay scared the shit out of us, Admiral Grissom included. Why don't we go have this dinner your mom's been slaving over all day? I'll tell you all about it.
I remember that. Mom complained the Ryder clan was never in the same room at the same time.
Odd, considering you were family.
That's all you need to know. Dad wasn't much fun to hang around with. The awkward silences could last for hours.
Yet you shared a common interest.
Yeah, good or bad, your parents rub off on you.
A form of symbiosis.
Sure, I suppose. Though not always beneficial.
It gave rise to you.
Jury's still out on that.
Nevertheless, the emotional bonds among family became clear to me that day. I detect additional memories, but they are currently locked. They may yet hold answers.
Okay, I'll keep working on it. That's all for now.
Of course.
I get frustrated whenever I see the sister character. Especially here, that's like the one time we get to see the sister character up and about, really. And it's like, I spent a lot of time customizing that character too. You had me make two of them. Maybe she'll finally wake up later in the game for a reasonable chunk of time.
I am Dr.
Oh crap, that's
Your
Liara.
father's personal logs.
Let's see. I don't think those are new, are they? Like, maybe we just didn't get a log this time for that document, for that computer. I think the disease and so on was there before. Sounds like Lexi is out to find me. Where is she?
Ah, Ryder. Sorry for the mess.
Who's your friend?
An exalted cat. I called Jarl to show him. Ah, there he is. Jarl, look at this. There's nothing Angara inside.
The physical can be deceiving.
I've run hundreds of tests. Only traces of the Angara genome remain. The exalted are Ket.
There must be a way to fix them.
Anything's possible. We just have to keep trying.
Even from mistakes, we can learn. Thank you, Ryder.
What?
Jarl needs to accept that exaltation is permanent. You're making his grief worse.
We've barely scratched the surface of what Cat are capable of.
The exalted are new beings. It's more than a transformation, it's a birth. There's no going back. Jarl is part of this crew. His welfare is my responsibility.
I know this job was a surprise, but you've really stepped up. And look, you got your Ket sample.
Their bodies are unlike anything I've seen. Centuries of gene stealing, crafted evolution. It's horrible, of course, but also fascinating.
Glad you're settling in.
Sink or swim, right? I should probably clean this up before it starts to smell.
Put it in amber. I don't know why I'm thinking Jurassic Park all of a sudden. Alright, let's get our asses back to Voeld, where I totally made a mistake. When I first went to Voeld, my goal...
Hello. Who's that woman I keep seeing you with on the Nexus?
What? Whom?
You're always short of credits after we come back. Is it because of her?
It's complicated, Suvi.
Oh, she actually dropped it at that, huh? So when I first arrived in Voeld, I actually had an explicit goal where I for the sake of making the story flow, I wanted to specifically avoid the story mission and only do, like, reach 100% on Voeld more or less for a while there, like I did with the other planets, and then continue forward with the story from that branch. But I accidentally immediately walked up to the character that does the main story and didn't really think about it, and then I was in the main story. Whoops. But we do still need to go do Voeld. It's only at 10% as a result of that mission. Welcome back to crappy ice planet of crappy ice, where we have crappy ice. It's more or less the primary thing, really. Yeah, we actually haven't done anything around here so far. Who's with me? Uh-oh. I was gonna bring PB. That's fine. First time I get to an away station, I think I can swap them out. I'm pretty sure I can do that, since you can swap out your other stuff. I always forget to swap that out in advance. You just... Oh, right. It's because I got used to how every other game in the series handles it. All the Mass Effect games, when you load up a location like this, it's like, hey, what weapons do you want? What crew members do you want? And it's like it's a step-by-step process. And so as a result, when the game shows me all the weapons, I'm like, alright, those are the weapons I want, yep. And then I kind of expect it to ask me what crew members I want, because that's how they always worked. But it actually is all on one screen, and you have to, like, remember to specifically change to the pages that are about changing that kind of stuff out. Or you won't. Whoops. Hopefully if I just press a little further into that base this time around, they'll add a forward station or something. Because we've already been here before.
Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits.
You gotta stand in some pretty specific spots to keep in a good temperature. Okay, last time I was here, the first person I walked up on sent me on a trip. Whoops. This is the Resistance base. I'm looking for a few different leadership characters, among other things. How dumb would it be to freeze to death in the middle of this base? From not standing next to something.
Fuel lines, hydraulics, all looking good.
Yeah, I told you.
All the more reason to upgrade things and get into that vault, fix this planet. Hopefully. Hopefully.
How is everyone back home? Parents doing all right?
They're fine. Worried about me.
When do you head back to Havarl?
Soon as I'm done installing the new power grid. You coming with me this time?
I'm the only decent shuttle mechanic out here.
They'd manage without you.
We both know that's not true.
Look what that helmet looks like. Yeah, I expect to find her at the end of a labyrinth. Should be fine on ammo, we just got here. Did I check around down there? Is it a fight club? What are you guys doing?
All of you joined as volunteers. Some of you were attacked by Ket. Most of you have lost family to them. When you stand across from a Ket, remember what brought you here. Hold that in your heart. Then fight to make sure no one else feels that pain.
How often do they fight like that, I wonder? Like when they're actually in the field, for example.
I love you, Hera.
I know.
Hey there, Explorer.
I'm reading a normal temperature range, Pathfinder.
A lot of people want to talk to me. You think they'd want to keep this door closed considering the temperature outside? Rough. This could potentially be a safer location if the door was a little more closed. They are phasing straight through each other trying to hug. Huh. Reply to message, low supplies? Solan, yes, I am aware of the dwindling supply situation. My supplies meant for the resistance had to be diverted at the last moment, so we never received them. We'll get to the next drop. I'm taking care of it myself. Olisk.
I hear you have a very impressive vehicle, yes?
We call it the Nomad.
I'm an amateur mechanic myself. Build vehicles for my people. Upload this schematic for your mechanic, with my compliments. They can upgrade your vehicle's shielding once you find the needed components.
He lives for this shit. It will make his day.
My long-lost brother. You can find some of what you need here on Voeld. The rest, out and about.
Okay, new upgrade. For shield regeneration, I'll take it. If I can get around to it at least.
We should be out there looking for Michelle.
Michelle's dead. You saw the explosion.
Yes, Michelle's explosion. She would have known exactly how to protect herself. We can put a pod together. Go back out there. Heref, maybe, and Eshka.
Don't be foolish, Hannah. Please be angry, grieve, rage, but please drop this.
Sounds like we may have name-dropped a character I might be meeting out in the field. Or it's just random flavor text. Don't know till we're done. But we've reached the point now that we're a little further inside that we no longer have to deal with temperature anymore. Whoa! Look at this underground region. There's way more map down here. Okay. That explains why the on the other floor, or what? Where was it? Whoa, it like centers on the wrong chunk of screen. Weird. That explains this right here. The arrow that I believe indicates that it's changing maps. Too bad that it doesn't center correctly. According to the up and down D-pad stuff, like, it thinks that this area is here on the map, which is clearly, like, it should be way up there. Weird. There's a lot going on this map. Okay. Well, let's just focus on... Oops. Let's hang her right. There should be, like, what, like 3 people to meet in there? Let's see how much stuff I can get in, like, one extended excursion. That'd be great. We could just MMO this and just wipe out all the quests in one lap.
You didn't hear about the human? Give me a double dose of summer, quick!
No. Double? I hope they dealt with it.
Just do it.
That human is a Pathfinder fighting for us. Have some respect.
Jarl. And the Pathfinder.
Don't worry. They dealt with me.
Yes, what is it? You're that alien they've been talking about on comms, aren't you? Why are you standing here? Don't you have more important places to be?
I'm Pathfinder Ryder with the Andromeda Initiative. From...
Wonderful. You're from far away. Do they have magical healing where you're from?
Nothing more advanced than what you have?
Then where you're from is useless to me right now. Stand over there.
Dr. Hareen, maybe Ryder could help us with the emergency caches.
Emergency caches?
This is a war zone. Kett attacks are always a risk. Wounded? There's probably a cache of emergency medical supplies nearby. No substitute for real medical attention, but you'll survive long enough to reach it.
Problem is the caches are empty right now. Restrained and no one's been out there to replenish supplies.
There's no time to waste. I'll help with whatever you need.
Supply crates are stacked by the wall over there. Directions to the caches are with them. You have a vehicle?
Of course.
Good. Get going.
Alright. Got something to help with then. Actually, much like what we saw with Aloy in Horizon Zero Dawn is the idea that there's just certain locations where they just keep certain useful supplies around out and about so that people can go somewhere when they need those things.
These are the emergency medical supplies the doctor mentioned. We have to get them to the caches. Sam, you saving the location data?
Of course, Pathfinder.
TOC surveillance. There's transcripts to Commander Do Gilles from Intelligence Officer Cass. Stars, seek, look. I told you, I'm not interested in your No, the Ket base. Scud, that's a big ship. Are those? Looks like fighter aircraft. They're bringing in more troops, bigger guns. That's not good. I'm going to Cass. Keep watching. Log everything. I wonder... Oh, that's the one that doesn't give me a quest, though. This one does. Olisk. This is a report on Estraja. We sent a shuttle with enough medical supplies to last you through the cycle. Did you ever receive them? Our tracking signal went dark after we lost the supplies at the drop point. Please respond and let us know they got to you safely.
Looks like supplies aren't getting through to the Resistance.
Olisk is in charge of requisitions. We should speak with him.
I'm gonna check in on then.
Jarl, have you come back to us?
Briefly.
And these must be the strangers I've heard so much about. You know, if not for Jarl, I might kill you.
This is my friend, Macy. She helps supply the Resistance.
That must be difficult out here.
Jarl's the brave one.
How do you get supplies with the Ket everywhere?
The same way we came. There are caves and hidden paths all over Voeld.
It's hard to fly in, so my children run most items through the caves, little by little.
Children?
Their size makes it hard for the Ket to detect. We all do what we can out here, even children.
How do you feel about Ephra?
Some speak ill of the man, but his plan is bold, and the Resistance is important. I'll do what I can to help until I can't help anymore.
Are you selling anything we could use?
I have almost nothing left. What I do have, we need if we're going to stand any chance against the Ket. Maybe if you clear that Ket station on the South Road, I'd be able to bring in more and spare something for you.
Good luck, and stay safe.
Just make sure you return Jarl to us.
Moments like that definitely make me miss the reverse shot setup of the previous games where the camera would just snap to each person's face as they talk. Poor Jarl can't even be bothered to approach the conversation so we can hear him properly. Look at that. Flashing screen there. There's a few things here. For the Commander. Commander, I'm so sorry. We managed to push the Ket back from Tekix, but they knew we were coming. Had traps laid out before we even crested the peak. Arjan didn't make it. He went down covering our saboteur. Took out nearly a dozen Ket before he fell. You'd have been so proud of him. I wanted to let you know before word got back in a less delicate way. I'll tell Escal to hold off on sending the notice. You should be able to break the news to your parents yourself. Commander, I truly am sorry. I know this must be difficult to read, but know that Arjan Dozil was a hero today. Why does the screen keep flashing? It's weirding me out. I feel like that doesn't normally happen on these screens. They kept throwing me for a loop. I'm like, distraction. Stop it. Unsent draft. I'm sorry. Kavoa, mother. I hope you and Lavala are well. Little Fallet must be a handful by now. Mother, something happened. I sent Arjan on a mission and he didn't come back. He's not coming back. His officer tells me he fell protecting a squad. This is my fault. He should have had more training. That's rough. So they found the message that they sent. It sounds like they sent their brother or their family out on a mission and they died, and they're trying to figure out how to tell their family and they don't know how. Urgent. Need recruits ASAP. Commander Dojil. We need more recruits for Havarl. The Ket haven't reached the ruins, but their attempts on the capital have been bolder. I'm not sure how much longer we can hold out. I know you're stretched thin right now, and I heard about Arjan, so I'm sure this is a difficult time for you. I wouldn't contact you if it weren't urgent. I'll be in the field. Reach me by comm at your earliest convenience. Captain Roe.
If you need patching up, you'll have to wait. A patrol just came through and I need to see to them.
Is it just you here?
Volunteer medics are hard to come by, especially ones who can handle Voeld.
That was the wrong dialogue, more or less. Last episode we talked about a dialogue option being poorly worded while the actual dialogue that was spoken made more sense. In this case, the thing I was going to say, "You seem short-handed," was accurate. But I said, "Is it just you here?" No, it's not just me here. There's medics everywhere. I was just talking to one a second ago. Like, the thing that came out of my mouth that wasn't what I picked made less sense than what I picked. Oh well.
It's actually warm in here. Those heaters work pretty well.
We don't use them for heat. They generate artificial sun, so we don't go dark.
What do you mean, go dark?
Right, I suppose you wouldn't know about that. Our bodies generate energy from sunlight. If we don't get enough, our immune systems weaken and our bioenergy slows. We go dark.
It can't be easy living in a place like this.
Between the cold and the lack of sun, it's tough to keep morale up. Most of us come from Aya or Haval, so it's a big adjustment. Immunity drops, people get sick. But if the civilians in the settlements can live here without complaint, so can we.
I'll come back if I need anything.
I'll be here.
They say they use it for sunlight and not for heat, but it really seems like both would be true. Like, they're not mutually exclusive. Of course they use them for heat. This place is freezing. I'm pretty sure that they still suffer from cold. I mean, he went on to immediately talk about how cold is a problem, so, like, that's weird.
Welcome. You are the Pathfinder, yes? I am Roshua Lin.
What are these symbols on the wall?
My people worship here, in private.
And I give the blessings. Would you like one?
I'm a bit of a stranger to your faith.
A stranger in all things, perhaps. The blessing is offered with simple goodwill.
Why don't you practice religion in public?
Those who are slaves to the Ket are forbidden to express their spiritual beliefs. We honor their isolation by practicing privately. Faith is also strongest when no one sees it.
It would be an honor.
I give you strength and courage, yet be clear your heart.
You seem troubled.
Oh, Pathfinder Rider. I was just speaking a blessing for 2 of our young soldiers murdered by the Ket. So many dead or disappeared, but these 2 cuts are the deepest yet.
Oh, weird. Oh, Pathfinder Rider. Did that sound to anyone else like we just started a new conversation as if I left and came back? That's just what it's I don't know if that was the voice acting or the actual writing, but it definitely felt like that.
Did you know them well?
They would be alive if they hadn't welcomed this death.
I'm not sure I understand.
These children were swayed by a new belief that's taken hold. A soul finds enlightenment through reincarnation, but some now think they can force this. They fling themselves at death, thinking they will be reborn stronger. Glory seekers, we call them.
I have heard of this. No one I know, but I can't be certain.
Reincarnation is a nice thought, but to die for it?
This has consequences. If you meet some of these glory seekers, do what you can to save them from death. That's all any of us can do.
How do you become a priestess?
With great hardship. Only those who know darkness can lead others to light. I speak weekly words for those who seek them. They take my words to their families, so that they all find the strength I once longed for.
What do you believe?
In the never-ending growth of a soul that is reincarnated within a family. A righteous action in this life begets enlightenment in the next.
And with that, a stronger dynasty.
What happens to the souls of Exalted in Gara?
This is our great heartache. They are kept from the family dynasty. Lost to us in all ways.
Thank you.
That's the great tragedy, right? They think that they reincarnate forever in an ongoing chain, so the moment one of them becomes an Exalted, that means that they're being cut away from that. Almost like a different form of hell or something. Do you have, like, some sedatives for these people? I just gotta say, like, they're writhing around constantly. Like, if they're in pain... Like, if you've done any sort of, like, stitches or anything to, like, you've done some work on them to help them not die, you probably don't want them writhing around like that, which some of them are really actively writhing around, which seems like they'd just be opening themselves up or something. Another one. Yeah, they just don't have internet around here. Concerning the new visitors. I heard about the new visitors to Aya. Do I have to remind you what happened last time our kind contacted one of our worlds? Kadara is a cesspool because of them. I'm sure you and Ephra are receiving plenty of opinions from both sides. I trust you'll make the right call, Anjik. Aya and Voeld can't be overrun by these things. And don't trust that so-called Pathfinder any more than the rest of them. Report. Fighter pilot Veshnaran. Veshnaran, reporting in, received some surprising news this week. Apparently the human Pathfinder activated the vault on Eos. The newcomers are now settling on the surface. I don't know how to feel about this, Commander. It troubles me. A visitor comes from across dark space that can access technology closed to us for centuries. What does that mean? History tells us what happens when outsiders have more power than us. I apologize if I'm stepping out of line with my comments. Simply thinking out loud. I trust your judgment in all things, Commander. Try to get across the other side if we can. Everything's still open? Nope. Right, we're supposed to meet with a few people actually around here. Alright. This is basically a few different stages of follow-up. Boing! I'm still generally happy that this is a thing.
Oh, that's right. She was insulted.
I've said it before, but yeah, it is weird though when I read emails, it's like, this was translated. I'm like, everything's translated, unless I'm talking to another human who specifically spoke English. Everyone we ever talk to is translated from their language, all of my party members. So, like, it's redundant.
Good to see you again, Commander Dozil.
And you, Jarl. You must be the Pathfinder who saved the Moshai. I'm Anyik Dozil, commander of this encampment. You're welcome here as an ally of the Angara.
I appreciate the warm welcome. It's a joke. To break the ice? Get it? Warm welcome? Ice?
Call that a joke?
Probably a translation thing.
Perhaps. Strange jokes aside, I hope you will join our fight against the Ket. We could certainly use the help. We've held the Ket at bay, but have been unable to deal a decisive blow. The longer things drag on, the greater our disadvantage.
Ryder, man, you can't tell puns to people that don't speak the same language as you. That's the basis of puns.
That's why I came here. To help.
If you want to know where you can make a difference, go to the post that overlooks the valley. Nothing happens on Voeld without our lookouts knowing about it. Before you go, is there anything else I can help you with?
How are you holding up against the Ket?
It hasn't been easy. We've had our victories, but we're a small force. Too small.
Didn't Ephra send recruits?
Most of them are young, untrained. If we want to beat the Ket, we need medics, technicians, and skilled fighters.
Then Ryder and I will help.
We will?
If the commander needs recruits, we'll find them.
I'm an outsider. How could I convince anyone to join your resistance?
You may be an outsider, but Jarl is an experienced soldier with unmatched passion. He's inspired the will to fight in so many of us.
And you're the hero who saved our Moshai. That carries weight.
Jarl's right. We can find the people you need.
I'd be happy to take anyone you send my way. You have my gratitude, both of you.
How long has the Resistance been around?
Nearly as long as the Ket. With our military destroyed, civilians took the fight into their own hands. They formed the Resistance as a final effort to retake our home.
It seems to be working.
Only since Ephra took over. His tactics gave us the push we needed against the Ket. But even now, we're a long way from winning.
I've met Ephra. He's interesting.
He's never been good at first impressions. He can be stern, but he's exactly what the Resistance needs. Ephra took a scattered band of civilian fighters and molded them into an effective army. What success we've had against the Ket is entirely due to his leadership.
Most people seem to really respect him.
Because he would do anything for his people, he inspires the same in us. We may not always agree with Ephra, but we'd follow him to the end of the stars.
That's it for now.
I'll be here if you have any questions.
Alright, we're playing Recruiter for the Resistance. Wonder how many of those are cropped up over the map. This thing's gonna be very full of dots by the time I finish talking to people in here.